Before the video starts, please do not harass or send hate to anyone mentioned in this video, as the purpose of this video is to shed light on a situation that could potentially be improved upon and not to hate on someone. But I definitely thought this video was worth making because it's ruined the experience for myself as well as many others, I'm sure, so let's get started. Macroing has always been a thing in anime tower defense games, and Anime Adventures is no different. With the amount of time that it takes to grind out resources, evil materials, gems, etc., it can be a pretty daunting task to progress normally without having to macro. Nonetheless, it's still possible. But with the rise of macros, there have been some rather sinister applications to the strategy, and that's what we're focusing on in this video. A YouTuber by the name of King Mo primarily makes macro content, which is completely fine as macros are sorta necessary for these types of games, and having a guide to see what you're actually supposed to do instead of figuring it out yourself is pretty helpful. But the two most recent videos that he's made are heavily impacting the state of the game, and I myself have experienced this firsthand. His two most recent videos are titled Leeching Macros, and if you don't know what a leech macro is, it is essentially where you use the matchmaking feature in Anime Adventures to load up into a game with random people who are actually playing, and you sit there AFK and let them beat the game mode for you. But this strategy, in air quotes, has come with a lot of problems. Number one, most people are just choosing to leech in the game mode. They don't even try to play anymore. In fact, in the background footage that you're seeing right now, we lost because half my teammates were leeches and they did not do anything. So me and my teammate were the only ones trying and we got nowhere. And in the background footage that you're seeing now, where we just cut to, we have 4 people in the lobby, but only 2 of them are actually playing, me and the other guy. The other 2 teammates, or lack thereof teammates, are running a macro to stop them from getting kicked for inactivity without actually playing the game. And this quote-unquote leeching macro has ruined the game mode, essentially, for a lot of people. You can't even use matchmaking anymore. I tried to successfully complete a run of the Frozen Abyss, whatever it's called, of the new winter event game mode, and I just couldn't do it. I gave up after 3 tries because every single time that I loaded into a matchmaking queue, it was just full of leeches, people that were copying the macro showcased earlier, and they weren't actually playing the game. And I don't need to explain to you how this ruins the experience for a lot of players. If you go into a matchmaking event expecting to play with people only to have to solo the event, which is impossible by the way, unless you have a full team of uniques, and even then I don't know if it's possible, but what I'm trying to say is this game mode is hard, right? It takes a good 4 to 6 people to beat. That's the point of the matchmaking thing. But when people abuse that feature to just farm out currency and screw over other players, that's obviously very, very bad. Now, before you think that I'm just hatefully targeting this guy or that I'm making this video because I don't like him, I messaged him myself. Here is an exact screenshot of our DMs. I asked him, I don't want there to be any drama between us. I just want to confirm I have permission to talk about the leeching situation. The title would probably be something like, "This YouTuber ruined the event." Or I could make it more vague if you like. Then he responded, "Nah, we're chill. All the content creators who DM me to make a TikTok on the macro, we're chill." Okay, so basically, I asked him myself, hey, is it cool if I make a video on this situation? Because I didn't want him to think that I was mindlessly shitting on him for the purposes of a video. I even told him myself, hey, I'm thinking of using this title, "How This YouTuber Ruined the Event," in order to get more engagement, which I later decided to scrap and go with a different title because I like the thumbnail for that better. But we're getting off topic. What I'm trying to say is I don't hate the guy. I hold no ill will or intention towards him. I'm just saying what he did was bad. And it is very, very bad, and we'll talk about that. Before I do that, I want to present the other side of the argument, because I was actually having a conversation with King Mo himself about this, and this is what he said. "To be fair, Perry, would you grind a 40-minute long event with no 2x speed or nothing? People were hating on Anime Defenders, but no one's talking about Anime Adventures events." And his point definitely made me think. Besides the thing about Anime Defenders, I don't think we need to beat a dead horse anymore. That game is come and gone, rest in peace. But I do get what he's trying to say. Normal players, people that don't really have hours and hours to spend on this game, really don't want to sit here grinding a singular event for 40 minutes just to open, 20 capsules and have that be like 20 rare skins. I get that. But at the same time, do I think that we should buff the rewards? Not really. I think the event could be a little shorter, maybe from 40 minutes to 20 minutes. I think that'd be perfect, but that might just be the new gen in me speaking. Some people like the difficulty of this game. Some people really, really enjoy the fact that this game, it's harder to earn your items and it's harder to earn your units and your super secret event units because it makes it that much more rewarding when you actually get them. So I'm not going to comment too much on that. What I will say is that I definitely see the argument for this game mode is egregiously long, why would I play it myself? But here's the thing that I disagree with. The point of a macro has always been for you to farm your resources without having to actually play yourself, so you can save time, so you can go do something else, so you can farm while you're asleep. A macro should never come at the cost of another player's enjoyment of the game. You should never be macroing at the expense of other players, because that is when you start, that's where I draw the line. That's when you start ruining the experience for people. This macro, case in point, ruins the experience for people, because when you go and you leech macro in other people's lobbies, number one, you guys are probably going to lose. 9 times out of 10, if your lobby has a bunch of leechers, you're not going to be able to solo the event with the people that are actually playing, and you're going to end up wasting your time. And the only people benefiting are the ones leeching, because they didn't have to do anything, and they were able to reap the rewards from your struggle, which is unfortunate. Another thing that's unfortunate is that I know that me making this video will inevitably lead to more people checking out the leech macro, which will translate to more leechers within the matchmaking events. And as unfortunate as this is, a lot of people wanted me to talk about this, and I did think it was worth talking about. And I wanted to make this video for one of two reasons. Number one, to discourage people from doing it, and number two, to offer my solution as to what I would do. If you're watching this video, please don't leech macro. Trust me, you're doing more harm than good, because you're just screwing over people who actually want to play the game. And let's be honest, a couple nights of macroing for some event currencies, 99.999% of the time, you're never going to end up getting the secret Eisen unit anyway. Like I said, you're doing more harm than good. Please don't leech macro if you're watching this video. It's just not good. Don't do it. Now, what would I personally do to remedy the situation? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is adding a CAPTCHA to the matchmaking thing. If you want to leech macro, which you shouldn't be allowed to do, yeah, have fun figuring out how to put in a randomly generated CAPTCHA every single time you load into the event. I think that will basically kill the entire leeching thing, because Anime Defenders did this, and although that wasn't very well received, I do think it could really help Anime Adventures. Every time you want to use the matchmaking feature, it should make you put in a little random CAPTCHA of like numbers and letters to confirm that you're actually there playing the game and you're not just leeching. This will definitely stop people from doing it overnight and probably kill the whole leeching problem as a whole. I also, once again, I see the argument for people wanting the game mode to be faster or feeling that the game mode is unrewarding, which causes them to leech in the first place. Maybe the game mode could be shortened a little bit. I do think 40 minutes for a single game mode is a little bit crazy. Once again, that might just be the new gen inside of me talking, and maybe I just want things to be easier. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that point of mine that I'm making is completely debatable. If you don't want the game mode to be shorter and you like how hard it is now because it makes getting the units feel better, I completely respect that, and I'm not going to fight you on that. But I definitely think the next event that they do could be made a little bit shorter, just so the average player could enjoy it more, and maybe situations like this would never arise in the first place. But with all that being said, let me know what you guys think about the situation. Once again, before I end the video, please do not send any hate to King Mo. Do not harass him. Do not say anything rude in his comments, because that's not going to do anything. Being angry at someone on the internet isn't going to change the situation at hand. The only thing that we can do is discuss it and give our opinions as to how we would improve the situation, which is what I hope this video does. With all that being said, that is going to be it for me. Thank you for watching. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Stay tuned for more content, and we will catch you in the next one.